Yeah, I found stuff out there.
Are you serious?
100%.
¿Pero qué es eso?
Pero ve, está viendo abajo.
¿Se separó?
Because you already have
Great balls of fire.
Uy, mira cómo se puso. No, no. Se separó.
Oh, and it's gone.
Welcome back. Back with another banger. It's the React Files, where we react
to the creepiest, craziest, scariest TikToks. You shouldn't watch alone.
I hope you're having a good night. And if you haven't already, please take a second just to smash that like, subscribe, ring that notification bell, just to make sure the algorithm know what's up. So what we gonna do, y'all? Straight. Run these numbers up. Let's get straight to it.
Is there someone trying to warn us about the New World Order? It is widely believed that a secret organization living in the shadows have been manipulating history to push their agenda for world domination. But skeptics have always asked, where is the evidence of this? Well, you see, in 1994, renowned game creator Steve Jackson released a card game called Illuminati, and even though it was based heavily on the Illuminatus trilogy, the cards turned out bearing many striking similarities to the events in the future, like the events of 9/11, a plague that will cause quarantine, financial crisis, and even certain political figures taking power. Even though you can watch the full video of the New World Order by clicking on the link in the description below, with all the evidence in hand, do you think Steve Jackson knew something we didn't? Or...
I mean, with cards like that, he had to know something, had some kind of insight. Some of them cards were kind of spot on. Maybe it was a coincidence. Yeah, that was pretty creepy with that music. But yeah, them cards were made in 1994. My question is, who would make a game like that? Well, we know Steve Jackson made the game, but I don't remember no game being like that when I was younger. I remember like Trouble, Battleship, Candyland, Life. I've never seen that card game. Well, got to see him up close and personal that time.
The card shows the face of a man that clearly resembles Trump. Again, I don't think this was a coincidence, as even The Simpsons previously predicted Trump would become president. Like I said before, in my opinion, I believe our presidents are chosen well in advance. Like I've already revealed previously, all but 2 US presidents and the royal family are all related and part of the same family tree. All members of the royal family are Masons, and so are the presidents who run our country. This card, Charismatic Leader, also seems to point to Trump being president, showing a blonde-headed man addressing a large crowd. These cards didn't predict Trump being president. It just showed that Trump being president was always a part of the plan since day one. We are only 3 cards in, but it's already hard to deny that Steve somehow had insider knowledge on what was going to happen in the future. The next card we're going to be talking about is the Epidemic card, which, just like the first 2 cards, I can't say exactly what this card is referring to, but you guys should already know just by looking at it. If you guys are still not sure, I will give you guys a hint. It happened during 2020. The card shows a drawing of medicine needles and a bunch of green body bags with the word quarantine written across it. Another card that seems to point to this very incident is the Center for Disease Control card. This card depicts a scientist in a lab accidentally creating a deadly virus that ends up getting out. This is very interesting, and it sounds like just what I believe ended up happening in real life, except for it was no accident. Again, very interesting imagery, especially since these cards are supposed to be moves used to bring in the New World Order. The fact that these cards came out in the 90s and have already predicted 4 very important events should already let people know that there's way more to these cards. Another card we need to talk about is the March on Washington card, which again, I can't say what this card is referring to, but you guys should already know what this card is referring to. This card predicted an event that took place on January 2021 and caught the world by storm. Just like the other incidents that happened on this list, this card game proves that even that incident was planned well in advance. It also makes it clear that those who participated in the march were manipulated to do so. It proves that the Masons love being on both sides in order to control both sides. What most people don't understand is that dividing the people is part of the New World Order plans. Those who run our world need to divide the people in order to better control people. Trump played a very important role in dividing people. This is exactly what the puppet masters wanted. People argue that Trump was against the agenda, but somehow people forgot that Trump was literally the president. Do you really believe they would have let Trump become president if he were truly against the agenda? They chose Trump to be president as he's just a puppet on strings. The true leaders who actually run our world stay hidden away, simply pulling strings, molding the world into their Masonic image. This card proves that Trump was a part of the plans to divide the people, making sure they never resist to the plans. The next card we need to talk about is political correctness and the censorship card, which both seem to have predicted our current world's censorship problem that many can agree has gotten out of hand. The political correctness card depicts 2 men being punished for being politically incorrect, showing them losing everything for their mistake. The other card, censorship, shows a man with the word censored written across his mouth. Once again, this proves that this amount of censorship was planned well in advance and is a part of the New World Order. Those who run our world want to force people to be politically correct out in public whether they want to or not. It's another method of control, controlling what people are allowed to say and what they are not. If people say something that goes against their Masonic agenda, they're censored for it, and they label it a threat or false information. Another card I wanted to talk about was the NASA card. Even though it didn't necessarily predict the future, it depicts another event that I think the Masons were behind. The NASA card seems to show what looks like the moon landing being staged. The card shows what seems to be astronauts standing in a film set, filming what seems to be the moon landing. Many people believe the moon landing never really took place and it was all just a stunt. I myself believe the moon landing footage is suspicious. If you guys would like me to make a full video on the moon landing, comment moon landing below. It is not a coincidence that all these cards seem to depict what was going to happen years later. Like I said, this is not the creators of these games seeing into the future or it just being a coincidence. These have been the plans for the future for years. Next time you're watching TV, make sure you keep your eyes open and you will most likely be able to spot predictive programming scenes for yourself. This card game is telling us that these are the steps needed for the New World Order. One of the cards on here are even martial law. It's scary to think that the events depicted in most of these cards have already happened. In my opinion, I believe Steve is a Mason and he created this card game to depict the New World Order future plans, just like the game states itself. Well, like I always say, we must remember that every day we wake up, our souls are at stake. And we also must remember to help those who can't see the truth find the truth.
You know, these cards remind me of The Simpsons. It's like, how are they able to predict this stuff? It's just a card game. But yeah, a lot of them cards did look familiar and similar. Man, what do y'all think about this? You think the card game is just a coincidence? I think if it is, it's a big one.
Illuminati card deck.
For educational and entertainment purposes only. Please leave me alone. Alright, y'all. I know y'all heard of the Illuminati card deck before. So I knew about this a long time ago. You could call me a conspiracy theorist. I was a conspiracy theorist when I was 18 in 2008. I graduated from high school and we had a black president, a quote-unquote black president, and it just seemed too good to be true. So I started looking into stuff and I learned a lot, and the Illuminati card deck was one of the things that I had learned about. Now, these cards talk about everything that's taking place. These cards are the consent to the plan that was already written a long time ago. So, like I always say when I talk to people about this kind of stuff, they cannot do anything without our consent. And there are different ways and forms of consent that we can give to them without knowing. Even with them just creating a deck like this with the plan of all the things that they were planning to do to us outlined is giving consent. Us knowing about this, us just it being out there for the public is the consent. When they declassify certain documents, that is a certain form of consent because they're allowing us to know about it. Long story short, this is how they do what is called predictive programming. But I want to talk about some of these cards here. Now, all of the stuff that's going on all around the world with the upheavals and people in different countries fighting back against the powers that be is a part of the plan, guys. It's a part of the plan. That is why it is on the news. It might not be on the news in the United States because it has not hit the United States, which means the media does not want the United States to get to that level yet. They still want us docile. They still need us to not know. That's why they're fighting against TikTok. But anyway, it's all a part of the plan, and the predictive programming comes in with them programming our subconscious to act out in these ways that are in these cards. Now, let's take a look at some of these cards. This one right here pissed me off because y'all know what this one is about. Pizza for the secret meeting. We already know about that, guys. I'm not even going to go too deep into that. If you know, you know. Now, this is the card that is getting to me because I've been seeing a lot of stuff about Moors and a lot of stuff about learning about that the real white people are not even white. And this says fraternal orders, and his hat looks sort of like something that a Moor would wear. So that's a little shaky to me. If you are a Moor, can you explain this? I don't understand this card, but what I can say is the things that it reads on the card, I'm gonna try to get a clearer picture so that I can read what it says. But these cards are crazy, and I'm gonna do more videos. So guys, tell me what your thoughts are on these cards. Like, share, comment below how you feel about this, because this is wild, but it goes way deeper than this. Their plans have already been written.
I find it that a great moment in history led her to her awakening. She had to do some research, and this is what she found. That was in 2008. Mind you, these cards were made in 1994. I think that's the part that's puzzling. It's the gap in the years. Like, come on, man.
Talking Boys believes enough is enough with the anti-Trump movement. Man won the election, give him a chance.
And now you're going to run for president. Don't you think that's a really cool idea, you guys? You'll keep them honest. You'll keep them honest, Donald. Personally, I hope you win, because I can't wait for the the inauguration.
This will be the year the American people say enough is enough. This will finally be the year the American people say enough is enough. Enough is enough.
It was the American people saying enough is enough. They're fed up.
And say enough is enough.
Say enough is enough. Enough is enough. And we do not tolerate this kind of behavior in this country.
Me, the guy who hosted The Apprentice and sold steaks. But enough is enough. It has to be stopped. It has to be stopped now. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Enough is enough.
A new world order.
President Trump's foreign policy mean a new world order. Joining us now to discuss.
Can we skinny dip? At Camp David? Sure. They couldn't keep pants on Kissinger.
Order. Your new world order can be created. So the card comes out in 1994, and coincidentally, the quote "enough is enough" is on the card, as well as many speeches. Maybe it's a big coincidence. Maybe it's all just a big coincidence, because maybe this card game had more meaning to it than meets the eye. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Have y'all even heard of this game? I feel like some of them was CGI, especially the one that looked like it was in the desert. They were questionable, right?
Okay, look at that, y'all. Anything regular about that? It's nighttime. Yeah. They hide right there. You see that? It's nighttime. It's like 9 o'clock. Yeah. See the rest of the sky? And they hide right there. In a nice little triangle. The clouds hiding their shit.
What the fuck? Bitch, what? Hey, what the fuck? What the?
Oh my God, what am I seeing?
I want to say it's Starlink, but I've seen Starlink and it's a smaller trail. This has a more rigid and a little more wide. Almost like a spaceship, to tell you the truth. Let me know what you think. Do you think this was just Starlink, or was it something else?
I've been seeing this video all over TikTok. This video was recorded on December 17th, 2023 in Mexico. A lot of people are horrified by the shape because it looks like a biblical depiction of an angel. And at one point you can see it looks kind of like it's moving around or shape-shifting while it's in the sky. It even has that little eye shape in the center. This is what the object looks like while it's still and zoomed in. And I mean, it does have the same shape as a biblical representation of an angel. It's more common for us to see globos de Cantoya or lanterns that look like this, but people are getting pretty artistic nowadays. I found this video of a very artistic version of a globo de Cantoya in Mexico, so I could see how people would easily mix up the two. I also came across this post from a TikTok user. It was uploaded 4 days ago. You can see a globo de Cantoya right there, and they were at a festival. It was literally the Festival de Globos de Cantoya. What do you think?
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. Maybe one of those balloons from the festival simply got away, right? Call in the air. I could see that.
Okay. Hear me out, you guys. Hear me out. If this list that they got on Twitter is remotely true, right? This is how you know that that top 1% is not here for us. Everybody on this list is a mega millionaire. You got 200 people in this group. $1 million, a couple $1 million from each of them could save the world. Why hasn't that been done? And all of y'all are influenced. That lets me know that there is no such thing as coincidence, because 2,000 kids go missing from these Maui fires. You know, what did we do about that? These people saying that these kids have been gone without a trace. Like over a fire? Like, you mean to tell me there's no bones, there's no clothing, there's no nothing of these kids anywhere? Think about this correlation. If Maui, where 2,000 kids go missing, and it's a selective 1% group where they have the resources to be able to make big level crimes happen, and if all of these people are remotely associated with pizza and kids go missing, and then there's an island under investigation with specific names that could be tied to that island where kids could be potentially taken, you see how there could be a correlation for you to even be in Satan's group. You may have to maintain a demonic lifestyle, but you may have to also do acts like this. Pretty much famous person that somebody wants to be is theoretically on this list. So you would have to be like the most below in order to make this list.
Yeah, it's a crappy list. And it's crazy, so I feel like a few days, everything is going to be turned upside down. You know? It's going to be a social media frenzy. Right? Trust me. I don't think any of us will look at movies the same after this. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below.
Epstein Island list is about to be made public. This is the island that was the center of human trafficking and secret parties for many years. Epstein Island, also known as Little St. James, is a small island fringed by coral reefs in the bright blue waters of the U.S. Virgin Islands. It was in the Virgins that Epstein registered as a sex offender in 2010, following his first conviction for child prostitution in 2008. In 1998, he bought Little St. James for just under $8 million. According to a lawsuit filed by Prince Andrew's accuser, Virginia Roberts Giuffre, Epstein Island was the center of a worldwide grooming scheme in which recruiters working for Epstein targeted young women who were open to abuse and manipulation, played on their hopes and fears, dazzled them with displays of vast wealth and power, and then forced them to have sex with clients while keeping them in line with threats and blackmail. The complaint also alleges that Little St. James served as a prison for the victims, with Epstein controlling all communication with the outside world. It says one 15-year-old tried to escape by swimming, but Epstein organized a search party, recaptured her, and confiscated her passport. Epstein hosted many guests on the island. Among the famous names reportedly hosted by Epstein were theoretical physicist Stephen Hawking, Nobel laureate Lawrence Krauss, comedian Chris Tucker, actor Kevin Spacey, Victoria's Secret magnate Les Wexner, model Naomi Campbell, former Tony Blair aide Lord Peter Mandelson, and Prince Andrew of the United Kingdom. Epstein died in prison in 2019 in what authorities have ruled to be a suicide, leaving gruesome crimes behind him. More than 150 names may be made public as part of a settled civil lawsuit against British socialite Ghislaine Maxwell, who was found guilty of conspiring with Epstein to sexually abuse underage girls for at least a decade, brought by Virginia Giuffre, who accused Maxwell of recruiting her for abuse. The ruling stated that the list of names will be made public on John 1, 2024. What do you think about this? Who do you think will be revealed on this list?
Countdown is close. It's about to go public. We did a poll. The majority wasn't surprised from the names that might come out. These are alleged names we just seen, right? Ain't no telling. They could have just been chilling, but it's not a good look.
Island at least 11 times, and her guru was just sentenced to 99 years for raping girls, man, and baby trafficking. Now y'all know Oprah was extremely close with Harvey Weinstein, a convicted offender that was in the film industry. Y'all know Oprah don't have no kids. She got dogs. Dogs don't talk. Now them goddamn dogs can't tell me or you what happened to all the girls that got kidnapped from her school in Africa. Did them kids end up on Epstein Island?
I just want to know, what did Oprah do to Taraji? Like, check this out. Look how she walk up, right? They all walking up. Look at it. Okay, look. They don't greet each other. Taraji looking over here in space, just so she don't have to make eye contact with Oprah. Oprah doesn't turn to the side and say anything to her. Okay, I can't remember her name. I think her name is Danielle, this other actress. I don't know. I'm not gonna lie on her, but I love her. Here comes Fantasia. And look, she right there by Taraji, right? Right? And look what she do. Look what she do. Scoot them down and get at the end. Now, where y'all know Oprah to want to miss up on being in the middle in a photo?
There we go.
Where you know her to not want to be in the middle of a photo, y'all?
Everybody right down here.
So yeah, I'm believing those rumors that they got a beef going on. Maybe Oprah want to try to get Taraji them coins. I don't know what's going on, y'all. Leave y'all opinions and thoughts below that.
Hold on, okay. Hold on. Much has been said about Jeffrey Epstein. Terrible things.
No, Jeff. I'm talking about Jeff Epstein, the New York financier.
Yes, we're talking about the same Jeff Epstein.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I never heard.
Oh, it was a big story in the news. Huge.
No.
Yes, for you to say no one ever
Jeff
said.
Epstein.
Yes.
Jeff Epstein.
Yes, the financier.
With the island.
Yes, he had an island that I've never been to. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, with respect, if there was some news about Jeff Epstein, I would have heard.
No, I don't know what rock you've been under. It was a huge story, and Jeff Epstein I have to tell you, he's gone. He's dead.
What do you mean?
He's dead.
He's dead.
He's
No.
dead.
Sorry, nice try. If Jeff Epstein were deceased, I'm pretty sure I would know about it. Now, I admit I've not, probably since the pandemic, I've not talked to him.
That would make sense. That would make
But
sense. He's been dead for a number of years, Jim.
I'll tell you, there's one easy way. Let's call Ghislaine Maxwell.
No, we're not calling Ghislaine Maxwell.
Why not? Okay.
She's in prison. She's in prison for crimes she committed with Jeff Epstein.
Ghislaine's in prison.
Yes, stop calling her Ghislaine. How do you know these people? Jim.
Conan.
Seems to me, old buddy been living under a rock.
It's the last time, who cares? Oh. Many talented people of colour were snubbed in major categories. Unfortunately, there's nothing we can do about that. The Hollywood foreign press are all very, very racist. But you all look lovely, all dolled up. You came here in your limos. I came here in a limo tonight, and the licence plate was made by Felicity Huffman. So, no. Shush. Once upon a time in Hollywood, nearly 3 hours long, Leonardo DiCaprio attended the premiere, and by the end, his date was too old for him. So, Even Prince Andrew's like, come on, Leo, mate, you know. You're nearly 50, son. Lots of big celebrities here tonight. I mean, legends, icons, yeah? Look, at this table alone, Al Pacino, Robert De Niro. But Baby Yoda. Oh, that's Joe Pesci, sorry. It was a big year for paedophile movies. Surviving R. Kelly, Leaving Neverland, Two Popes. Shut up. Shut up. I don't care. You could binge watch the entire first season of Afterlife instead of watching this show. That's a show about a man who wants to kill himself because his wife dies of cancer. And it's still more fun than this, okay? Spoiler alert, season 2 is on the way, so in the end, he obviously didn't kill himself. Just like Jeffrey Epstein. Shut up! I know he's your friend, but I don't care. You had to make your own way here in your own plane, didn't you? The world got to see James Corden as a fat pussy. He was also in the movie Cats, but no one saw that. Apple roared into the TV game with a morning show, a superb drama, yeah. A superb drama about the importance of dignity and doing the right thing, made by a company that runs sweatshops in China. So, well, you say you're woke, but the companies you work for, I mean, unbelievable. Apple, Amazon, Disney. If ISIS started a streaming service, you'd call your agent, wouldn't you? So, if you do win an award tonight, don't use it as a platform to make a political speech, right? You're in no position to lecture the public about anything. You know nothing about the real world. Most of you spent less time in school than Greta Thunberg. So, if you win, right, come up, accept your little award, thank your agent and your God, and...
And that's a wrap. I hope you enjoyed tonight's rabbit hole. And if you haven't already, please take a second just to smash that like, subscribe, ring that notification bell, just to make sure the algorithm knows what's up. So what we gonna do, y'all? That's right. Run these numbers up. Thanks again. Until next time.